Hi folks, welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is the video on this channel, if you're new to the channel, that always discusses what you guys had to say and how you said it. So I'm going to show you a clip. I went and found one before making this one, and I had to talk a little bit more about this scenario. So let me open it up, and here it is. The shout-out goes to Lou Scannon, and Lou says, Adams' run to and winning of the Stanley Cup as a player was clearly invaluable experience for him. Now, as a GM, he knows what kind of players it takes to get there, and he knows how to acquire them. This team will look different soon, Rome. Well, you can call me Wayne. Rome is the legend, but I'm just a byproduct of the legend. He might come in and visit us in a bit. Because Rome is due to visit, and it's been a while. So, yes, Lou, I absolutely agree with this. It's just too bad it was at our expense in 2006, but we won't talk about that right now. Yeah, I absolutely, I'm always more comfortable, Lou, when it comes to getting players, general managers, even coaches, whoever it is, that have Stanley Cup in their history. I'm always more comfortable with that. I just am. But it doesn't mean it's the end all be all. It's not, you know what I mean? But it does. It is a good thing to know that our general manager has a Stanley Cup ring. He does. So this is like, this doesn't hurt. This helps us. Like you're saying here, he's going to be able to spot champions, I believe. I talked about that in just a video recently. And guys, I will get to my notes. I know I'm way behind. I'm way, way, way behind. And I don't know if it'll be tonight because I want to get these videos up. I got to take Rosie out. There's all sorts of things I got to do. But I will get to my notes, just so you know. So everybody leaving me notes, I will read them. You got my word on that. I will get to them. If I'm up late, I might do it tonight. Yeah, I went to the shop to get my Medicare and I didn't get it. It's a long story. Back to this video. Let me get back to this. Now, what Lou's saying here, the importance of having championship experience running the show for us now in Buffalo is really, really, it's important. Regardless of Kevin Adams' history as general manager, he doesn't have a long history of it, I get that, but he's been around champions and he understands the mentality of a dressing room, what it needs to be. And what did he say? You guys have heard it. How many times has Adams said, they've asked him, what was your biggest accomplishment with this team? What's the first thing he says? The change of culture. The change of culture, guys. The change of culture. That comes long before talent. We're living in an era now, I believe, where people kind of get brainwashed that hockey's only about talent. No. That Colorado team has been loaded with talent for years and failing. What's the difference with them this year? I ask you guys, what's the difference this year? This year, they're thinking like champions. There's a difference. Before, they're just thinking of winning. Now they're thinking like champions. They're going out there, they're playing physical every game now. And that was been my knock, you guys know, on Colorado for years. Not this year. This year, the Avalanche got it together in that department. They got the 60-minute game together. And that's usually what happens to any team. If the Sabres, let's say, overachieve, and I don't want to say to Ranger fans the team's overachieved, but the team has overachieved. It has, which is not a bad thing. They might have matured too quickly. And now, then you got yourself in a situation now like you have Tampa, and now you're in a real fight. You're in the 15th round, and you got to figure out how to win to knock out your opponent. You got to figure out how now, because you've woken them up. And I think Tampa's ready now to make a real series of this for good, the rest of the way. And there's nothing to be scared of for the Rangers. But my point with that is when the Sabres do get there, okay, we're going to need to rely, okay, when that pressure hits us on a general manager that any of the guys can, I'm sure that anybody can knock on the door. Hey, Kevin, you got a few minutes? Sure, come on in. You know, like, I'm sure that's the atmosphere with Kevin Adams. I'm positive. Let me ask you guys, okay? Answer this honestly. We're in a Stanley Cup semifinals. We're 2 wins from the finals like the Rangers. Yeah, and Kevin Adams is our, let's say Kevin Adams and Tim Murray are our 2 general managers. Who are you going to go see and ask their advice? what, you know, that you're stressed, or how do I cope with this pressure? I'm losing sleep at night. How did you cope with it? Would you go ask Tim Murray? Like, would you? Or would you go to Kevin Adams, a guy who's played it and lived it, right? So it's an easy call why it's important. And that's why Lou's comment caught me, because it's true. It's so true. We've got to put that in perspective and realize that that's an extra asset that we have in our general manager now that we never really had before. Not like now. Right now we got a general manager that maybe at the draft can spot champions better just because he was one and he was around them. So he might be able to spot them. He might interview them. And some guy might come into that interview room and he likes what he just heard, and he likes his demeanor, and he likes the way he carried himself, and he just the eye contact they made, whatever it is. You know, he probably can spot it better than some others. And not saying all are like that, but you know, there's a reason why that, you know, Yzerman, people believe in, and Joe Sakic, you know, these guys are champions and Hall of Famers, right? So it's like, it's easy to believe in these guys. I'm way more impressed with Joe Sakic than Steve Yzerman. You know, what he's built in Colorado has been amazing. Just amazing what he's done over there. So it's like, you know, that team, and I'll tell you why it's impressive, guys, is when a team keeps choking in the playoffs, but they keep coming back. They keep coming back for another punch out, you know, like they're back again, but this time they're in the finals and they're ready. So, and that's the kind of team I want to see the Sabres. You know, that if we're going to look at a team, I've heard people compare us and say, you know, I wish we could build a team like, say, like, I used to hear Toronto years ago. I used to hear Toronto. I was saying, Toronto hasn't won nothing in the playoffs though. No, I don't want to build a team like Toronto. And it's nothing against the Leafs. They might win a Stanley Cup next year. They were close this year. But I want to build a team that I've seen win a Stanley Cup. I would model my team after a team like Chicago, Pittsburgh, those franchises that really built champions, you know? And right now, Colorado, you know, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, how many of you used to call them chokers, guys? Be honest. How many, right? We call them chokers. I never did. I honestly, because I seen the Islanders and their heyday, and I seen how a team went from chokers to champions in a split second, and then held on to it for 4 years after. So it can happen here, and you know they're 6 wins away from a dynasty. That team right now. So I just want to see the Sabres, like Lou's talking about, and I think this is hitting it on the head, Lou. If I can end with this. Is just get to the championship level and win a Stanley Cup once and for all. Let's get there. Let's get it done. Let's not just have a playoff team. No. Let's get a championship team. And I think Kevin Adams is the right guy. I really am believing him that much right now. You guys seen when he took Quinn in the draft, all the controversy, all the Sabres fans are going nuts. He didn't take Rossi or Perfetti, and all of a sudden Quinn just looked really good this year. Yes, in the playoffs he kind of sucked, but growing pains, guys. You know, if he's going to explode, please, dear God, let it be for us in the first round, whenever we get into the first round the next time we do. And that's it. That's it. I'm out. I'm going to do one more video. Yeah, I think I'm going to do one more. I got one more. I just want to do a talk video. I'll see you in that one, guys.